Welcome to City Files. I'm Ramey Branstetter. Today's program will focus on introducing you to 3 more members of the Metro Council. To start things off, we go beyond the chamber to learn about District 7.
I'm Councilman Ken Fleming from District 7. District 7 is mainly a residential area, but it has quite a few amenities, from parks to 2 main shopping centers, as well as a lot of small business operations that cater to a wide spectrum of your needs. On the north side of the district is Ohio River, and then as you go south, it picks up Chenoweth Lane and it intersects with Louisville Road and stays on Louisville Road basically until you go pretty far east into Linden area. And from there, it goes over to Her Lane and sort of wraps in and includes Graymore, Devondale, and Norwood, and then ends up on Brownsboro Road, which basically reconnects with Riverwood and Indian Hills and so forth. So you can see it's sort of like a crescent moon or a half of a smile face in terms of configuration of the district. The infrastructure of District 7 is made up of, I guess, basically 2 main arteries. You have Louisville Road and you have Brownsboro Road. Recently, which we're very pleased, after a long process, we put a new interchange at Westport Road and the Western Expressway. It makes a great entry into the District 7. And as you come into it, we also were really involved in the revitalization of Camelot, or I should say the old Camelot, which is now Westport Village, which is a thriving community that really serves Graymore and Linden, that whole area, and even St. Matthews. So it's a really nice, great area. In terms of live, in terms of having the available amenities that a lot of people like to have and visit and patronize. In terms of a lot of projects going on in District 7, in addition to the completion of Westport Interchange, we have the Brownsboro Road, and we're looking at putting some new intersection there to help with the safety of that. In addition to that, we are completing a loop around Windy Hills, which is on Hubbard's Lane. It's almost a 3.1 mile walk around Windy Hills, and it will be a great exercise on, getting a lot of your blood flowing, or just a leisurely walk. So it's really cooperation with Windy Hills to make this a complete walk and a loop around Windy Hills. There are some other things that we have done in terms of helping out with the St. Matthews Road project, along with St. Matthews, City of St. Matthews, and that is the interchange, where we have several intersections coming in. One is the Chenoweth and Breckenridge, as well as you have Westport Road and Louisville Road. All that right there, we did some upgrading in terms of landscaping and so forth. Now, in terms of parks, but we have Thurman Hutchins and Cox's Park, which abuts the river, which is a great place to come and visit on a leisurely Sunday afternoon or even on a Saturday afternoon. In addition to that, I worked with the City of St. Matthews on Warwick Park, and this area really needed a facelift. And partnering with City of St. Matthews, we really upgraded and putting in like a new walking path, a shelter, did some things to the actual fields itself, put in a new basketball court. So it was a really nice, diamond in the rough that really polished off for the City of St. Matthews, as well as some surrounding cities, to go and visit that. It's a really, really nice place to go and visit. Yeah, feel free to give me a phone call at 574-1107. My assistant is Jennifer Osborne. She'll be more than happy to help you out as well as I will. You can also email us at ken.fleming@louisvilleky.gov or jennifer.osborne@louisvilleky.gov. And if you would like, we every 2 weeks after a council meeting, we send out email blasts to other people who signed up to give you sort of a summation of what the council meeting entertained that night, as well as give you some activities going on in District 7.
District 13 is an area that is seeing some growth and projects to improve their quality of life. Let's meet with their council representative as we go once again beyond the chamber.
Hello, I'm Vicki Aubrey Welch, Councilwoman for District 13. I'd like to tell you today about some of the new and exciting projects that are happening in District 13. In the Miners Lane area, the Renaissance Zone Industrial Park project is nearly complete after 20 years of a voluntary relocation program of over 1,000 homes and families. Recent rezoning to Easy 1 makes this industrial park ready for business and industry, with the UPS Centennial Ground Transportation the first to locate here. In the Auburndale area, the New Cut Road Taylor Boulevard corridor study is in progress, with a public meeting scheduled for Saturday, July 23rd from 9 to 12 noon at St. Mary and Elizabeth Hospital Community Room. In the Fairdale area, Hornbeck Park improvements include a new T-ball field and a splash park completed and ready for use. The $2 million Fairdale Library construction has begun and expect completion this winter. Roundabout intersection and Mount Holly sidewalk projects are in final planning stages, with construction to begin next spring 2012. In the Watsonville-Blevins Gap area, they'll receive a sound barrier wall next to the Gene Snyder Freeway, funded at $850,000 by Kentucky Transportation. And in all of District 13, sidewalk repairs are in progress, starting in Lemon Acres Valley Station and continuing through the New Cut Road and National Turnpike subdivisions. These are funded with $80,000 of District 13 infrastructure funds. The District 13 Treasure Finders event will be Tuesday, July 26 from 1 to 5 p.m. at the Fairdale Platorium. We will partner with our state treasurer to find over $2.5 million of money belonging to District 13 residents. We need volunteers who are familiar with folks in District 13, willing to make phone calls on their cell phones. Please call my office in District 13 at 574-1113 or email me at vicky.welch@louisvilleky.gov for further information or to volunteer. Thanks so much.
For our third segment of this program, we travel to a district that is a central geographical region of the city as we learn more about how this area is viewed as a representation of Louisville.
Hi, I'm Councilman Kevin Kramer, Metro Council Representative for District 11. District 11 is actually, if you look at a map of Metro Louisville, we're just about in the geographic center of Metro Louisville, which is kind of interesting because not only are we geographically near the center, but our demographic in District 11 pretty much mirrors the demographic for Metro Louisville as well. And when I say demographic, I mean when you look at the number of people with college degrees in Metro Louisville by percentage, roughly the same percentage have college degrees in District 11. When you look at the number of single mothers in Metro Louisville, roughly the same number of single mothers live in District 11. When you talk about the number of high school graduates in Metro Louisville. So if you take all of those statistics and you lay them out on a table, it's very interesting that most of those statistics actually match up with District 11. So if you want to get a snapshot of what Louisville's people look like, come into District 11, you get a real good sense of who's here. As Louisville grew and changed our attitudes towards parks, there was a period of time where there was an attitude that we would put in these what we call pocket parks. They were little neighborhood parks. And so I have two neighborhood parks. One is Pee Wee Park. People often think it's called Pee Wee because it's such a small park. It's actually named, of course, for Pee Wee Reese, the baseball player who made it big and came from Louisville. And then another park is Klondike Park, which a lot of people don't even know it's there. It's a park in behind Klondike Elementary School. And then we have a larger park, and again, this one's one that folks don't know about. It's a neighborhood park. It's called Butyl Park. It's a nice size park. There are 2 tennis courts in there. There's a full-size basketball court. There's a smaller basketball court. There's a pavilion back in there, a nice walking trail, a couple baseball fields. So it's a pretty good sized park. But people just don't know it's there. It's between Breckenridge Lane and Bardstown Road. I want to mention, while we're talking about what's in the district, kind of a little secret of ours that folks don't realize is there. There's a nonprofit organization in District 11 called Raptor Rehab. A lot of people don't know about it, or people have heard of it, they don't realize where it is. It's actually buried back on a dead-end street. It's a residential street. It's buried back at the end of that street, and they have grown to the point that they have cages across their property. They're doing the best they can to take care of as many raptors as are brought to them. We were fortunate enough a couple of years ago through the Parks Department to be able to purchase land at the end of that street. We're real happy to partner with Raptor Rehab. They're going to be able to do some pretty cool things over there. We'll say just real quickly, as we talk about the different areas in District 11, I mentioned to you earlier Buchel Terrace. Well, Buchel Terrace runs off of Bardstown Road, and Bardstown Road, some number of years ago, they put a bypass in that moved Bardstown Road around Buchel. So if you're going out Bardstown Road, you don't even necessarily realize it. You end up on the Buchel bypass and not on Bardstown Road. Well, that stretch of Bardstown Road, because the traffic has so completely moved, has been somewhat neglected. The reality is that much of the property on Bardstown Road there is still commercial. There are still businesses there. And so when you have that road in the shape that it's in, it gives kind of a bad vibe as far as the businesses that are there. So we were able, with the help of the Business Association in Buchel, said, is there anything you guys can do over here, this stretch that they call the Miracle Mile? It's really in disrepair. And so we managed to put some money in the budget last year in order to do 2 phases. The first phase, they'll be starting the work on construction very soon, and they're going to go through and look at all the curbs and perhaps fix the curb cuts where the curb cuts aren't clear. In areas where there should be room between the sidewalk and the street, where there should be grass, and it doesn't look like quite so good, they're going to go in now and rebuild those curbs and replant that grass and refix and repair those sidewalks. We're looking at new street lighting in there. Sidewalks, the crossings, when we're crossing streets, we're going to make the sidewalk crossings more clear. So when it's finished, the Miracle Mile, from the street anyway, will have a nice renovation. And the hope is that the businesses who are hoping to get this done, who are excited about it, will take advantage of this revitalization at the street level and take it back through the parking lots and into the fronts of the buildings as well. And so we're hoping to see some good improvements on the Miracle Mile in Buchel in the next year or 2 years.
Thanks for joining us on this edition of City Files. Be sure to join us each month as we open the files to bring you more information about the city's business and who makes the decisions when it comes to spending your taxes and creating ordinances that affect your life. Next month, we will take a look at the 2012 operating budget and what it means for you, the citizens of Louisville. I'm Ramey Brandstetter. See you next time on City Files.
You're watching Metro TV, a public service of Louisville Metro government.